Generally get some sort of initial idea that's vague, and then spend a good deal of time working on it, honing it, refining it, and kind of, it's like doing a sculpture in a way, sort of chipping away the material not needed, and hopefully winding up with something that, you know, is cohesive and makes sense and is beautiful.
So tell us just something about like the deal with Stern being now, you know, like for a moment in the band.
Well, it's been fantastic. Mike is a dynamic performer. He's a great guy. He's just a consummate musician, hardworking, and it was a logical fit. And I think we all saw that from the very beginning and thought he's actually on the same label that we are on Heads
right. Up,
and we thought it would be a nice collaboration and just something to send the music in another direction. And it's been very nice.
When you were the new kid on the block with the Jackets, how much of your own stamp were you initially allowed to put on the band's product?
In the Yellow Jackets, you are called upon from note one to put your stamp on the music, and that's a beautiful thing.
That's beautiful.
And unusual in a way. However, my approach was such that I didn't feel any great need to impose my thing, whatever that is, on the Yellow Jackets music. I figured they have an entity that's up and running, very successful, very musical, and my first job as a new Yellow Jacket was to really suss out what's going on here and see what they're about, see what this music is about, and then see how I can somehow fit in to what's already there. And I think the then imposing some of my ideas came later. It came gradually, just, you know, in a band like the Yellow Jackets, where it's a very interactive band and everyone participates on an equal footing, you inevitably impose some part of your artistic vision on the music just by virtue of the fact that you're there.
Just organically.
Yeah. And it's the kind of band where things are not forced. They're sort of, through this relationship of the four of us, the music evolves and comes out. And it works so great.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How has Yellow Jacket's sound changed over the years?
Boy, it keeps changing. You know, how has it changed? I think it evolves. It gets more complex, less complex. It explores different genres. You know, it incorporates. It's almost like being a chef and taking ingredients and using just a slightly different proportions of some of the same ingredients, and you just never know.
But it keeps changing.
Oh yeah, it's always changing.
Incredible. Who are some of your major influences?
My major influences, of course, John Coltrane, huge influence. Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk, Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, Albert Collins, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Chick Corea, Joe Zawinul, Igor Stravinsky, Mozart, Beethoven, Tito Puente, Eddie Palmieri. I like all kinds of music, as you can see from the answer, that last answer. Yeah, and I never limited myself to any one particular genre, and always played all those different kinds of musics as well.
One of the things I was really curious about was your experiences with Jaco.
Jaco was amazing, you know, great artist. You can't say enough about his bass playing. He revolutionized the way the instrument was played and its place in terms of the hierarchy of instruments in a rhythm section and in a band, a jazz group.
And did you arrange for Jaco's big band?
I did a few arrangements, yes, for Jaco's big band. Did a couple.
Okay. How do you divide your time between the Yellow Jackets and other work, big band or other gigs?
I just do the best I can with that. It gets kind of hectic at times.
Well, you recently moved to LA.
Yeah.
And I hear it's because of something to do with the teaching job.
I'll be teaching at USC. jazz department. And, have a big band. I'm going to keep doing that. One on the East Coast and perhaps one on the West Coast. Have a little jazz quartet I like to play with. And writing a piece right now for wind ensemble and tenor saxophone that was commissioned by the University of Kentucky, Lexington, so working real hard on
There's
that.
just a lot of stuff going on, and the Yellow Jackets, you play with them. Whenever you don't, you just have all kinds of other things going on.
And look, music is endless. Life is limitless. There's so much to learn and experience, and it's great. With the Yellow Jackets, we work 4 months out of the year, saying it's really wonderful to have that flexibility and freedom to go off and do other things, and then bring those things back to the Yellow Jackets table.
So that's what makes the Yellow Jackets even a more powerful thing, because you've got so many other influences like you were talking about.
Yeah, and everyone in the band is doing all sorts of things. Jimmy Haslip plays with Alan Holdsworth and Alan Pasqua and produces records, Restaurantes, playing with a lot of different folks. So it's nice.
Back to the foursome on the next album, or do you know?
Who knows? We're taking it a step at a time, but I would think so. But you just never know.